I did music from a young age, so I got thrown into a lot of adult situations I probably had no business being in. I was also wild and crazy on antidepressants and just going crazy. I got pregnant by one of my producers, and he was way older than me. I didn't see anything changing anytime soon. I just saw things going faster and faster, spinning out of control in my life. I decided to keep my pregnancy a secret. I was stressed out because I was all alone during my pregnancy. His dad was not around and did not want the baby to begin with, so it was a struggle from day one. I was also very scared. So when Julian, my oldest son, was about 1 year and 3 months, I met my younger son's dad. He came into my life just like a whirlwind. He just swept me off my feet. He had a criminal background, but I didn't know in what extent, and I didn't know what he had done. He moved in my house and knowing I was pregnant, started abusing me very seriously. One day I just woke up and knew that something was really off. I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't stand on my feet even, so I managed to drag myself to a phone and got myself to the hospital. And that was the day that my youngest son, Leon, was born. So he was born as early as you can save a premature baby. The first thing the doctor told me was to not get attached because he was going to die anyway. I didn't have God or anybody to have hope on. I didn't have anybody I could pray to and ask for a miracle. I just had myself. His dad would not let me be in the hospital a lot, so I was not there as much as I wanted to. So there was times where I had to stay away for long periods of time because I was just beat. Like I had just been beaten up real bad. I had bruises, I had broken nose, I had broken arm, I broken ribs. So there was no way that I could show up at the hospital and them not understanding what was going on. I had already by this time sent away my oldest son because I saw no way out for myself. I saw death as my way out. I came up with this lie that my granddad was sick, and he told me I had an hour and a half to go visit my granddad. So I started running, and I ran for about an hour to my mom's house. More and more just kept unfolding about who he really was. My contact with the police just told me that there is nothing we can do for you anymore. If you don't leave, you're gonna die, and we can't protect you. A couple of weeks of just knowing that I was moving out of the country, it was decided I was going to the US because it was the safest option for me. So I grew up atheist. I did not believe in God. I was one of those who would always argue with somebody who believed in God as to why do you really believe in this? Then eventually we moved here because we got engaged, and his family has been going to Living Water for a long time and has been very involved in this church. They were always praying that I would get saved and my children would get saved. And my mother-in-law started taking my children here. So my children have been going to this church way longer than me. I just felt this love, and I realized that this is something I've never felt before. And I realized that it was God. And I started coming to church, and I got saved. And it was just this amazing experience because all of a sudden I had this hope that I didn't have before. I have this support system that I didn't have before. I know my children have this support system that they didn't have before. They might not have a dad, but they have all of these men that are great role models. I know that I still have struggles that I go through every day, but I also know that God is constantly working on me and growing me so that I can help other women, young girls, and mothers in the future.